Hey Boo. So if you're open to it, what we're going to do is a little bit of energy work to help clear out your sacral chakra and really help open up that space so you can begin to connect to a lot more of your feelings, your emotions. You can begin to express that internal creativity and really begin to build a healthy sexuality. Now, if we haven't already met in this lifetime, my name is Chris, and I help people begin to embody their unconscious processes into their awareness so that they can begin to shift out some of those things that have just been, really difficult in their life. I do this through a variety of different one-on-one energy healing. I do it through different courses where I teach you how to do exactly how I go about these things. And I have a lot of other information out there. So if you're interested, there's stuff below down in the bio to link you to all those beautiful spaces. Now, just as a quick kind of little overview with this, we're going to work through a lot of different things. So it's important for you to kind of, make sure that you're comfortable where you are. You maybe lie down, you may be seated. Just try not to be moving around and try not to especially be driving or operating a vehicle, just because we really want your focus, we want your attention, we want your awareness. And if a lot of emotions come up, especially with some of the themes that we're working through with the sacral chakra, it can be very overwhelming and get quite dangerous. Now with this, it's going to be a very, very intense clearing. We're going to move through a lot of different things. So if different emotions come up, if different memories come up, know that this is perfectly normal, because what I'm doing is I'm going through your unconscious and bringing it forward into your awareness. So with this, a lot of different stuff can come up. This is where, it's always best to have a bit more one-on-one sessions, but I still like to offer these, different clearings to people so that they can still have access to these things, even if they're not able, to have a one-on-one session right now. Know too that with the integration, it's going to take a little bit of time. It could take a day, it could take a week, it could take months. So over this time, please, please, please know that if these memories, if these feelings, if these emotions come up, that it's perfectly normal, but try to have that kindness and compassion for yourself as well. Really just take that time to ground, take that time to get outside, to look at pictures of nature, to listen to sounds of nature, to do what you need to do to continue to stay present in your body. Because when you are present, when your vagus nerve is relaxed, is when all that magic is going to happen, and you can begin to break some of those loops and begin to shift into a new energy. So that's just kind of my overview with this. It's going to be probably about 10 to 15, 20 minutes in total. So again, try to find somewhere. If you need to, you can pause right now to just get nice and comfortable. And we're going to start here. And when we're going to start, we're going to do just some nice little breath work together. We're going to come back into our body. So feel free to keep your eyes open or closed. It's completely up to you. But we're going to get you just to relax those eyelids and really allow for your body just to relax right now, just to let go of that stress, to just come into this present moment. Allow for those eyelids to relax. Allow for any stress just to leave your body. And we're going to take a few nice, big, deep collective breaths in. I'll count you in and out. So we're going to breathe in for 4 seconds, and we're going to exhale for 6. So we're going to breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And one last one. We're going to inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Beautiful. So now again, just allow your body just to relax. We're just Gonna go through a few things. What we're gonna do at the start is we're just gonna clear out anything that's not yours. So, especially as an empathetic person, as someone who's highly sensitive to energy, as someone that's very attuned to these things, you're going to be a bit more aware of these processes. Everybody is constantly picking up stuff from others, right? We're collectively connected through the collective consciousness, but a lot of people aren't fully aware of these things. They're not aware of their origins and they're not aware of the processes. Even something like emotional intelligence isn't something that everybody possesses at this current time. That some people are a bit more in tune and aware of the feelings that they're currently feeling, while others, it's going to almost feel like a cloud of just different energy, different emotions come through. So we're just going to clear out those bits of consciousness that are connected to you from other people, especially with regards to our sacral energy centers. Now, the sacral energy center, this is a very, very important and powerful place because it's home to a lot of our emotions, it's home to our relationships, our sexuality, and our creativity. So, a lot of times when we're not able to fully be in present, when we're not fully able to be aware of the emotions that we're feeling and we're stuffing them away, and no judgment, no shame, it's just something that everyone does at certain times, that we can begin to get those blocks either creatively or sexually. And we're going to begin to work through some of those things. So just finishing out clearing some of those things that aren't yours. Just going to move some of this energy through you, help begin to open you up into your beautiful consciousness, into your beautiful energy. There we go. You're doing so well. Just continue to allow these things to move through you. Continue to relax the best that you can. There we go. All right. So there's going to be different unconscious themes that we're going to bring up and that we're going to deal with. Now, since this is a collective healing, it's going to be different for everyone. That when I deal with something like shame or guilt or abandonment, rejection, you may not be fully ready to bring some of those unconscious wounds into your awareness. So if you're not ready, it's almost as if your higher self is just going to get you to skip that section of the video. This is where it may be beneficial to watch this multiple times, as then when you are ready, we can work through that wound, because these are wounds, these are themes that we've all experienced, right? They're often interconnected, but there also is going to be different significant processes that are going to evolve these unconscious themes, these unconscious emotions, and this unconscious programming. So what can help too is just being present, that when these different memories and these feelings come up, just to try to bring them into your awareness, know that you're safe, and by being in that present state, oftentimes we can begin to release that. So once again, that loop doesn't recreate and we can break free of that cycle. So we're going to start with just some abandonment, especially on the father's side. So this could be your father, this could be your grandfather, this could be a lot of different male figures, even relationships, whether they be platonic or romantic, that were all throughout your life. So we're just going to begin to clear out some of this energy, to detach from these specific things, to know that that abandonment wasn't our fault, but it was due to their own shadows, their own issues that prevented them from being able to be fully present in your life. Just going to clear that. This one especially, it can be very heavy because a lot of us have dealt with these themes. We're just going to move over to the left side where there could be abandonment from the mother's side. Again, this could be a mother figure, a grandmother, a friend, a relationship. This could be a variety of different sources. We're just going to release that energy there. Now we're cooking gas. Just continue to breathe, continue to relax. And just to be aware of the processes that come up. Be aware of the different things that come into your awareness. And lastly, we're just going to come back to the self. Those times that you've abandoned yourself. That self-abandonment, we're just going to release that. Oh, that's a heavy one. If I do yawn, it's not that I'm bored, it's that it's one of the ways that my body releases energy, especially when I'm working with this collective energy, because a lot of times I'm feeling these things inside of my own body. So one of the ways that I naturally release it is through yawning. There. There's just a little bit of sadness up in that heart space that we're just going to just release, that's connected to the self-abandonment. We're just going to release some of that rejection, some of those wounds surfacing that are ready to be let go of. Just release. Again, know that it wasn't your fault. That rejection can often be the universe's way of realignment, of directing you towards what you're actually meant to be. That doesn't mean that there's not a lot of pain, that there's not a lot of sadness in those moments. We're just going to disconnect from that pain, to come back to that feeling of being whole, to allow ourselves that presence to just know that we're enough, that we always were enough. And then we're going to move in just up into the stomach a little bit. There's a little bit of guilt up there that's just ready to be processed and just work through. There we go. You're doing so well. Just continue to breathe. Know that again, if emotions come up, if you get sensitive, if you feel like crying, it is going to help, as it's just naturally going to help you begin to work through some of these things. There it is. Just going to work with your hips for a little bit. A lot of times some emotions can get trapped up in there. And that's why when you do different hip stretches, especially in yoga or different exercises like that, you can often get an emotional release because we store a lot of those trapped emotions in there. So we're just going to move that energy through that area just to really help allow that flow, that movement to come through. We're going to just remove any creative blocks, any stagnant energy that's prevented you from, fully expressing that inner creativity. We all have it. It may come in the form of the traditional arts. It may come in other ways, such as cooking. It may come in expressing yourself. It is literally just an expression of your soul, an expression of you. So we're just going to open that back up to connect you back to that beautiful expression of you. And then lastly, we're going to connect you to your inner child. So your inner child is that inner expression of all your emotions and feelings. So when you're sad, when you're lonely, when you're depressed, when you're frustrated, it's your inner child, it's those inner emotions that are expressing this. The same as when you're happy, when, you have joy, when you're in bliss, when you're in that state of gratitude, it's that inner child inside of you that's expressing these things. So we're just going to connect you to the inner aspect of you. And this is where it's so important to learn how to identify, but also learn how to properly express some of these emotions, right? Because some of them are a bit easier. Some of them are a bit more socially acceptable in some ways. But stuff like anger, stuff like frustration, stuff like sadness and grief and loss. Are we able to fully be present with these emotions and express them without guilt, without shame, without castrating ourselves? And just bringing that same kind of compassion and joy others. And that's where it can really help sometimes to picture, just see that inner child inside of you expressing these emotions. Because then you can see how it's just simply them. That it's this beautiful, innocent child that's just angry, that's sad, that's hurt, that's feeling these things. And this is where the more that you can begin to really connect with them, the more that emotional awareness, that your emotional intelligence is going to begin to grow. And you'll really be able to step in to a very profound and beautiful state. So next time you're feeling something, I'd highly recommend to just close your eyes and see little you. They could be any age. They could be a teenager, they could be an adult, or they could be young. And just see what they're feeling. See how that energy comes through, how it transpires through you. And see if you can just once again be present with it. There we go. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to ground you back into your body. Going to connect you back down to the earth. Again, take your time over the next few days, weeks, even months, as stuff's going to come up. This is a very, very powerful transmission and frequency that we're working with. So naturally, more and more stuff will come up for you, and that's perfectly okay. Just ground you in, pull all that energy, all that consciousness back in. All right. Then what we're going to do is we're going to just take a couple nice big deep breaths in together. I'll count you in again. Just allow for you to come back slowly. So we're going to breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, and let it all out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once again, please take your time with this. If you feel like relaxing for a little bit, I highly suggest just to allow your body to slowly come back in. Take your time. Please be kind and compassionate to yourself. If you have any questions, any feedback, I'd love to hear from you. My info is down below. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you so much for being here.